The Council of Advisors gives final approval to Women and Children Repression Prevention Amendment Act 2025 to speed up rape trials. Rape under false promises of marriage punishable offence with 7 years imprisonment. 3rd April announced official holiday by executive order, 9-day government holiday during Eid al-Fitr. National Consensus Commission opens dialogue with LDP as part of ongoing talks on reforms. Different vested groups from inside, outside and defeated powers are active to resist reform initiative, says Head of Reform Commission Professor Ali Riaz. BNP is set to submit their reform opinions to National Consensus Commission on Sunday. Jamaat-e-Islami Bangladesh submitted its opinion to Commission today. 7-day advance Eid train ticket sale concludes today. Railway completes its preparations for making train journeys safe and secured. Israel accelerates land campaign in all-out war in Gaza, 970 dead in first 48 hours. And Bangladesh national football team arrives in Shillong, India to take part in AFC Asian Cup selection round matches. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Upama Shaha with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. The Council of Advisors has approved the draft of Women and Children Repression Amendment Ordinance 2025 to expedite trials in rape cases. The approval was given at the Advisory Council meeting held at the Chief Advisor's office today. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus presided over the meeting. Members of the Advisory Council and concerned secretaries were present in the meeting. The Advisory Council also approved amendment to the Public Procurement Ordinance to increase transparency and competition in public procurement process and to break syndicates. Besides the Abandoned Houses Supplementary Provisions Amendment Ordinance 2025 has been approved to resolve the issue where lottees are unable to register abandoned houses in their own names. For the convenience of the public, the Eid holiday has been extended by 1 day on April 3rd. At the same time, the government has decided to declare an optional general holiday on the occasion of Choitro Sankranti for all communities including Santal, Garo, Khasia and Jonto living in the Chittagong Hill Tracts. After the meeting, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam briefed journalists at the Foreign Service Academy. He stated that the opinions of women's groups have been reflected in the Women and Children Repression Prevention Act. The Press Secretary mentioned that the Chief Advisor sought details on who is securing government contracts and whether there are any syndicates influencing the procurement process. He said Australia will now process visas for Bangladeshis directly from Dhaka. There are currently 172,000 vacant positions in government jobs, he added.
ক্যাবিনেট আজকে অ্যাপ্রুভ করেছে নারী ও শিশু নির্যাতন আইনে এর সংশোধনী পাস হয়েছে। আমরা অনেকগুলো ওমেন গ্রুপসের সাথে আমরা তাদের মতামত আমরা নিয়েছি এবং তাদের মতামতগুলোকে অ্যাকোমোডেট করার যথাসাধ্য চেষ্টা করা হয়েছে। তো এটার মূল যেগুলো ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে যে এখানে বলাৎকারের একটা নতুন সংজ্ঞা দেওয়া হয়েছে। এই মামলাগুলো ডিলে হওয়ার পিছনে ডিএনএ টেস্টের একটা বড় ভূমিকা ছিল। তো সেই জায়গাগুলো কিভাবে অ্যাড্রেস করা যায় সেইগুলো মেজার নেওয়া হয়েছে। নতুন 2টা ডিএনএ ল্যাবও আমরা তৈরি করতে যাচ্ছি। আরেকটা বিষয় হচ্ছে যে বিয়ের প্রলোভন দেখিয়ে যে রেপ কেসগুলো সেই জায়গাটাও নতুন করে অনেকগুলো মেজার নেওয়া হয়েছে এবং সেক্ষেত্রে এইটাকে আগের ল থেকে একটু নতুন একটা সেকশন নিয়ে এসে সেই লটাকে সর্বোচ্চ শাস্তি 7 বছর করা হয়েছে। প্রকিউরমেন্ট অ্যাক্ট নিয়ে আমাদের এটা নিয়ে আগে অনেক ধরনের এটা নিয়ে কনসার্ন ছিল। দেখা যাচ্ছিল যে সিন্ডিকেট করে অনেক কোম্পানি কয়েকটা মিনিস্ট্রিতে দেখা যাচ্ছে একই ধরনের 2-3টা কোম্পানি তারা সিন্ডিকেট করে বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রে অনেক ক্ষেত্রে গভর্নমেন্টের কন্ট্রাক্টগুলো পাচ্ছিলেন। তো সেই জায়গাগুলো এটা যাতে আরও কম্পিটিটিভনেস আনা যায়, সেই জন্য যে ধরনের নেসেসারি কাজগুলো দরকার ছিল, যে ধরনের অ্যামেন্ডমেন্ট দরকার ছিল প্রকিউরমেন্ট অ্যাক্টের ক্ষেত্রে, পাবলিক প্রকিউরমেন্টের ক্ষেত্রে, সেগুলো আনা হয়েছে। জনসাধারণের সুবিধার্থে 3রা এপ্রিল ছুটি ঘোষণা করা হয়েছে এবং আরও একটা ঐতিহাসিক বিষয় হচ্ছে যে চৈত্র সংক্রান্তিতে 3টা পার্বত্য ডিস্ট্রিক্টে ছুটি থাকবে।
During the briefing, Deputy Press Secretary Azad Majumdar said the Media Reform Commission will submit its report to the Chief Advisor on Saturday.
মিডিয়া সংস্কার কমিশন তাদের রিপোর্টের জন্য আগামী শনিবার মাননীয় প্রধান উপদেষ্টার কাছে সংস্কার কমিশন তাদের রিপোর্টটা দেবে। এছাড়া নারী বিষয়ক যে সংস্কার কমিশন করা হয়েছিল তারাও আমরা আশা করছি যে এই মাসের মধ্যেই হয়তো বা মাননীয় প্রধান উপদেষ্টা চায়না সফর শেষে ওনার কাছে এই রিপোর্টটা প্রস্তাব করা হবে।
Interim government has vowed to hold elections on schedule, refusing to delay the vote for any demands. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus said these while speaking at a delegation led by Dr. Comfort Ero of the International Crisis at the State Guest House, Jamuna today. Professor Yunus confirmed that the government has set 2 possible timelines for the elections. He assured the group the dates would not change. Professor Yunus explained that if political parties seek a limited number of reforms prior to elections, then the elections will be held in December. If a larger reform package is desired, then elections will take place by June next year. We have no reason to change the election dates, he added, emphasizing that the upcoming elections will be free and fair. Regarding the Awami League, Professor Yunus stated that the interim government has no plans to ban the party, but individuals within its leadership accused of crimes including murder and crimes against humanity will be tried in Bangladesh's courts. The International Crisis Group officials praised the arrest of Rohingya insurgent leader Ataullah this week, calling it a sign of the interim government's commitment to peace and stability in the refugee camps. Dr. Comfort Ero expressed her group's support for Bangladesh in countering misinformation targeting the country and its interim government. The National Consensus Commission opened its dialogues with political parties today, starting with the Liberal Democratic Party (LDP). The meeting with the LDP began at the LD Hall of the Parliament. An 8-member delegation led by LDP President Colonel retired Oli Ahmed took part in the dialogue. LDP Secretary General Redwan Ahmed was present. Professor Ali Riaz led the National Consensus Commission in the meeting. Commission member Dr. Iftikharuzzaman, Sarfaraz Hussain and Special Assistant to Chief Advisor Monir Haider also took part in the meeting. Earlier, the Commission sent a set of recommendations in a spreadsheet format to 38 political parties asking their specific opinions on reform recommendations. A total of 16 political parties, including Jamaat-e-Islami Bangladesh and Liberal Democratic Party, so far submitted their opinions. Commission sources said LDP shared that the party is positive about more than 50% of the recommendations. Co-chair of the National Consensus Commission, Professor Dr. Ali Riaz, said reforms in existing structures are necessary. It will not be possible to tackle autocracy and re-emergence of misrule if reforms are not done, he added. Professor Ali Riaz was speaking at a round table at the Serdap Auditorium in the capital on political consensus in state reforms and civic thoughts. Bodiul Alam Mazumdar, General Secretary of Shu-Shasoner Jonno Nagorik, Shu-Jon, presided over the discussion. Chief Advisor Special Assistant Monir Haider, Justice Imdadul Haq and senior journalist Abu Said Khan also spoke. Professor Ali Riaz said the weak institutions were destroyed in the past 16 years by establishing autocracy. The weak and fragile institutions could not rise due to lack of proper democratic practices, he added. Professor Ali Riaz went on saying that the judiciary of the country has been destroyed. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami has placed its written opinions on the recommendations of 5 reform commissions over the constitutions, electoral system, judiciary, public administration and anti-corruption commission. Jamaat-e-Islami's Secretary General Mia Golam Parwar handed over the opinions to the co-chairman of the National Consensus Commission, Professor Dr. Ali Riaz, at the Commission's office in Jatiyo সংসদ building today. Ali Riaz is also the chief of the Constitution Reform Commission. At the time, Jamaat-e-Islami's Assistant Secretary General A.H.M. Hamidur Rahman Azad and Secretary of the party's Central Publicity and Media Division, Motiur Rahman Akhondo, were present. Later, the co-chairman of the National Consensus Commission and Jamaat-e-Islami's Secretary General briefed journalists. Responding to queries from journalists over the timing of the election, Mia Golam Parwar said Jamaat-e-Islami is giving importance on a free and fair election than timing. A Dhaka court has acquitted 8 accused, including BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman and former State Minister for Home Lutfuzzaman Babur, in a case filed on charges of taking bribe to ensure impunity of a person in a murder case. Judge of the Special Judge Court No. 3, Muhammad Abu Tahir, gave the verdict today. According to the charge sheet of the case, Taka 21 crore was bribed to ensure impunity of Shafiat Sobhan Sanver from the case filed on charges of killing engineer Humayun Kabir Sabir, who was the director of an industrial group. The Anti-Corruption Commission filed the case during 111 period. The court framed charges against the 8 accused, including Tariq Rahman and Lutfuzzaman Babur, on July 14 in 2008. Lawyers of Tariq Rahman said the Anti-Corruption Commission could not present any documents and proofs against the accused. They said with this verdict, Tariq Rahman has no more hurdles to do politics by returning home, as there is no more lawsuits against him in trial courts. Supreme Court Bar Association today demanded removal of all judges who have broken their oath and conducted judgment with partisan stance. President of the association, Barrister Mahabuddin Khokon, shared the demand while briefing journalists at Annex Building of Supreme Court. Barrister Mahabuddin Khokon said no government initiative is visible in this field. He said in last 15 years, fascist Awami League has tarnished the prestige and reputation of the Supreme Court to such extent that retrieval of those would take a long time. BNP will submit its opinion on the Reform Commission's proposal to the Consensus Commission next Sunday. The party's standing committee member Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chowdhury came up with the information today after a meeting with the European Union Ambassador Michael Miller. He said that the reforms on which a consensus can be reached will move forward, while the rest will be finalized through the Parliament. Amir Khosrow Mahmood Chowdhury also said that everyone, both home and abroad, is interested in the elections. The European Union wants to provide institutional support regarding elections and reforms, he added. Australian Home Minister Tony Burke called Bangladesh Home Advisor Lieutenant General retired Jahangir Alam Chowdhury by phone on Thursday to inform him that Australia would now process visas for Bangladeshi citizens from its High Commission in Dhaka. The Home Advisor told the Council of Advisors on Thursday that the decision would be effective immediately. It should be mentioned that Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus made the request to Australian Home Minister Burke when he visited Bangladesh in October last year. Previously, Australia would process visas of the Bangladeshi nationals in New Delhi. The Election Commission has decided to cancel registration of 96 observer groups registered during the fallen fascist government. The concerned committee gave final approval to the decision at a meeting held at Election Commission today. Later, Election Commissioner Mohammad Anwarul Islam Sarkar briefed newsmen on overall issues including this decision. He informed that steps have been taken to amend the observer policy guidelines. In it, registration of some observers have been cancelled. EC will provide fresh registration to observers. The Election Commission mentioned that the Commission is pledge bound to do whatever needed for transparent and unprecedented fair election. The Election Commissioner further said that the EC is moving forward as per the existing policy guidelines and reforms commission proposals. Earlier, a meeting on the upcoming parliament election was held with Election Commissioner Mohammad Anwarul Islam Sarkar in the chair. EC officials were present at the meeting. We should not endorse any development project which brings no change in the life and fate of marginal people, a development expert opined. Dr. Debopriya Bhattacharya was speaking at a seminar titled Reflections of the Expectations of Less Privileged People in National SDG Report at Agargaon here. Dr. Debopriya said the voice of the marginal people of Bangladesh should be more prominent and their participation should be ensured. Among others, Chief Advisor's SDG Affairs Coordinator Lamia Morshed, Swiss Ambassador to Bangladesh Reto Rengli, UNDP Resident Representative Stephen Liller, Professor Mustafizur Rahman, NGO representatives and agency heads were present. Lamia Morshed said more programs are needed to implement SDG. She stressed on including the demands and discourses of less privileged marginal people in the Vienna Convention. The government expects the media to play a neutral and responsible role in disseminating information. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mohammad Mahfuz Alam made the statement at an iftar and view exchange meeting organized by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting at the Totto Bhavan in Dhaka today. The advisor emphasized the importance of countering misinformation and propaganda, urging the media to uphold truth and accuracy in reporting. He highlighted that constructive criticism from the media plays a crucial role in helping the government to take right decisions. The meeting was also attended by Information Broadcasting Secretary Mahbuba Farzana, Senior Journalist Shafiq Rahman, President of the National Press Club and Editor of Kaler Konto Hassan Hafiz, representatives from various print and electronic media, and officials from the Chief Advisor's Press Wing. National Citizen Party NCP convener Muhammad Nahid Islam met the family members of the teenage girl rape victim of Potuakhali at Potuakhali Medical College Hospital this noon. He inquired about the teenager and demanded immediate arrest of the accused. The advisor assured of extending cooperation to the victim's family. Later, after exchanging views with Deputy Commissioner and Police Super, he told newsmen that proper investigation must be ensured and trial of the rape case must be held as soon as possible. NCP convener Muhammad Nahid Islam was accompanied by the party's principal organizer Hannan Masood, NCP Central Member Dr. Tasnim Jara, Joint Convener Mujahidul Islam and Central Committee Member Secretary of Ganotantrik Chhatro সংসদ Zahid Ahsan. Meanwhile, a delegation led by party's BNP Central Executive Committee member Hassan Mamun, instructed by the party's acting chairman Tariq Rahman, met the family members of the teenager. He said that some people are trying to carry out propaganda terming the accused as BNP activist. Basically, the criminals get benefited if party tags are used. Whoever the criminal are, they must not be spared. Earlier, District Jamati Islam leaders went to the hospital to see the condition of the rape victim. At this time, Jamaat Central Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman talked to the victim's mother over cell phone and provided financial assistance. The victim was gang raped on March 18th last. The victim lodged a case against Saqib Munshi, son of Mamun Munshi, Sifat Munshi, son of Shohag Munshi, and Imran Munshi. Today is the last day of the 7-day advance train ticket sales for Eid journey. This year, 100% of train tickets are being sold online to prevent black market sales. Meanwhile, Bangladesh Railway has almost completed all necessary preparations to ensure a safe and hassle-free Eid journey. Komlapur railway station manager said that no one will be allowed to travel without a ticket during Eid journey. He also said that 35,000 advance tickets are intercity trains were issued daily this year. For Eid journey, 43 pairs of intercity trains will be in operation this year. The Eid journey for homebound passengers will begin on 24th of March. To prevent travel on train engines and rooftops, railway police, RAB and other security forces will be deployed, added the station manager. Railway authority urged passengers to be aware and cooperate to ensure a safe and smooth Eid journey.
খাইতে দাও টেবিলে খাবার রাখা আছে খায় নে মা আমি এই খাবার খাবো না কেন তাইলে গন্ধ হইব কেন
কি হইছে লক্ষ্মী মায়ের ধমকাইতেছো কেন